been keeping? How have you been doing and everything? Hope you are surviving, hope you are safe, hope you are thriving. So good to have you back on this channel. This is Nikki Mandy Vlogs. I'm Chinwe and I'm excited to have you back. So today I wanted to dive into a very interesting topic. Okay, there's this clip I saw and I'll leave it here. Okay, I'll leave it here so that you can see. It's just a short clip, but I found this quite humorous and I decided to come out here and talk about it. Now, it's about sibling rivalry. Okay, please ignore any noise you're hearing in the background. It's about sibling rivalry. Okay, so in the video that you just saw, of course, if you're a mom and you have kids, you know that sibling rivalry is a thing. It's cuts across, like children are always siblings, brothers, sisters, they're always fighting themselves. Okay, I want to share from my own perspective, and then please also share your own opinions or your thoughts in the comment section as well. Growing up, I never had that experience of sibling rivalry. Okay, this is the nature of my upbringing, my background, you know, growing up as an only child and all. Even though I grew up in the midst of cousins, but of course cousins are not the same as your own blood brothers and sisters, so I never experienced sibling rivalry. Okay, so growing up and hearing about it, like when I hear my friends say, okay, they fought with their brother, sister, I'll be like, wow, like this is something that someone is looking for, and then you have it on a platter of gold and you're fighting, you know. I never really understood it until I think I only began to understand it now that I have kids, or when I began to have kids. You know, I remember then when I had my first two girls, I would always ask my husband, like, excuse me, is this normal? You know, there are times when I would ask, okay, if it's normal, because initially with my first two girls, initially they were not fighting. They were good, like, wow, they loved themselves. But of course, as the second one started growing, you know, when she got to the stage of learning how to talk, how to drag things, when she's struggling for toys or something with her sister, when she's trying to have her way, you know, all those things. So yeah, of course, it became a thing. Okay, it came into play. But for me, in my household or in my home, I have this rule that no matter the fight, you can't involve or indulge in physical combat, and you can't call names. So no name callings, no physical combat, that's a given. Okay, and I learned that it's possible. It's actually possible. The only thing is that there's still arguments. I've not gotten to the point where they don't argue. There's still arguments. Okay, and I think that's inevitable. I feel so. If you can have issues with your twin, your identical twin, okay, your identical twin, then who, if you can have issues with your identical twin, then who is your blood sibling not to have issues with as well? Okay, so I remember one of my sisters-in-law, she has 4 boys, okay, back to back, and I feel like this story is all over the place. You know, one of my sisters-in-law, she has 4 boys back to back. Okay, she has 6 kids. She has a girl and then 4 boys in between, and then a girl at the end. You'd expect that she having 4 boys, you know, back to back, and they cut across all age groups. Like she has a Gen Z for the boys. I know she has a Gen Z. She has Gen Zs and Gen Alphas, like a mixture of Gen Zs and Gen Alphas. Okay, well, I had the privilege of living close to her for a very long time, and I never for one day saw those boys fight for one day, or call names and all that. So that was how I even knew that it's possible for you to have kids or have siblings and you people won't fight. Okay, they always knew how to get to, you know, arrive at a compromise. Like they always knew how to just arrive. I don't know, it was just something about the way the mom trained them, and I really admired that, and I stole it and said I was going to do this with my girls or with my kids when I start having kids. Okay, it has been working for me, even though I won't say that it worked completely like the way hers worked for her or the way hers is working for her, but mine is working in my own way because I have ground rules that I set and I put in place, and the girls are making sure that they observe those rules. Okay, like people may even say it's not possible and all, but I actually tell you firsthand, like from your experience, that it's very much possible. Okay, it's possible. I also know that because my girls won't call names, they won't engage or indulge in physical fights and all, but they can raise their tones, they can, you know, shout, they can scream off their heads and all, but that's the limits, okay, to which they can go. They only get to touch themselves. Like, so the older ones can get to touch the younger ones only when I give the permission to. Even when I say, if she does this, or if she refuses to do this chore or do that or do this, hit her or smack her butt or something. Okay, that's the only time that I know. I can tell you that they do. But they know that if I am in this house, in fact, if they are going to be living under my roof, okay, and their dad's roof, they know that they can't indulge in fights of any form, physical fights, okay, of any form, malice as well, keeping malice, where I hear that siblings will keep malice like days on end, hours on end, and no, okay, that doesn't happen. So, but if it's for the raising of tones, I know that happens, and then of course I get to come in and be the mediator and settle and all that. So that's for how I resolve it. So now coming to some of the causes, I know people would say attention seeking, some of them, yeah, I feel like attention seeking is one of it. So that's why I try as much as possible not to be biased, okay. As a mom, I don't even know why there are some moms that say they have a favorite child, and I wonder how all these kids are yours. I get that kids differ, okay, so maybe because a particular child has this fondness or likeness, or maybe special bond for you, maybe because of the time you spent with that child, or because of the child's health condition, or because of something, you know, like you just made it to have a soft spot, or because the child reminds you of someone or something, okay, you now tend to have a soft spot for that child. That's understandable, but that shouldn't now make you start reacting or having a bias reaction, okay, or attitude towards your kids, to make it obvious that, okay, excuse me, to make it so obvious that there's this particular child that I like more than the others. So just make it, whatever you're doing for A, do it for all of them. Whatever you're doing for B, do for everyone, okay. Just be that open, be that transparent, so that they know that, oh, okay, mommy has equal love for all of us. And I feel like that part will be nipped in the bud, okay. But it doesn't mean that there still won't be that sibling rivalry thing coming into play. It will definitely happen, but that's where you come in as well as a mom to, like, you know, nip it at the bud. I know parents who compare. Oh, why you not like your sister? Your brother did this, your sister did not do this. Comparison is one thing I don't ever do. Comparing sisters, I don't ever do that. I can say, okay, your sister should be a role model. Look up to her. Okay, you're doing well, but that doesn't mean that I won't pray. I'll praise you and tell you, okay, so look up to her in this aspect. Okay, you're doing well in this aspect, but I need you to learn how to do this better. Okay, your sister does this well, so you can meet her, talk to her. Just find a diplomatic way to do that, to talk to them and let them know that, okay, you need them to be better in this area or in that area, but you're not comparing. You're not saying, look at your sister. Why are you not like your sister? Why are you this and that? Most times when parents do that, those kids that they even compare and like elevate and praise and everything, they end up not even being as successful as the ones that are being told, like as the ones that they feel like are not matching up to the expectation, this, you know, and also parents need to be mindful of that. That also triggers lots of sibling rivalry at the end of the day, and it doesn't end well in most situations, because it just makes them to grow in having envy, unnecessary envy and spite, and you know, that shouldn't be there. Personality, and I mentioned that before, personalities differ, okay, so that can make siblings to have that misunderstanding, different, because of their differences, okay. One sibling may feel like, why are you not doing what I'm doing? We're not, you don't understand me or something, but then the other sibling is feeling like, no, I'm being misunderstood, because they don't have the same personality. So one may just feel, okay, I just want to be here, let me just do my chores and stay indoors, while another may feel, why can't I do these chores later? Can I just go out, have my playtime or something? When I come in, I can do the chores, because of that type of personality that they have, and it differs, and then it makes them to have that misunderstanding. The other one is like, no, you must do that. If you don't, I'm going to let mommy know or something. So for me, I even feel like an atom of sibling rivalry, or an element of sibling rivalry, is actually normal, okay, and it should be there. That's what I feel like. If it's not there at all, I feel like there's a problem. It's either they're being pretentious, it's either I feel like there's something wrong, okay. In the case of my sister-in-law, I'm not saying that it's not there completely, but most of the time, more often than then, I've never seen them fight. It's not like they don't disagree on certain things, but you won't hear them. The other one maybe, and then they are boys. You know how boys can easily start fighting, can easily raise their tones and all, but I've never seen them do that because of the way their mom trained them. So, and it worked for them. okay, and then they have points where even when they want to have that misunderstanding, they just settle amicably. They just find a way to settle. It doesn't linger and all that. And I so much love that about them. In fact, they are the ones that made me to know. It's my son that made me to know that it's possible for you to have raise kids and then you don't have sibling rivalry. Like it's like little to no. There's like little to no sibling rivalry. Yeah. Another thing parents can do to help with resolving sibling rivalry, okay, when and if it's there, because it should definitely be there, it's to validate the children's feelings, okay, from the onset. Let them know that you are heard, acknowledge their feelings, let them know that you feel them, you see them, and you understand how they feel. You know, just try to settle, try to make them understand that, okay, it's normal, okay, just like when husbands and wives fight, okay, I don't believe that there's no husband and wife that doesn't go through maybe a misunderstanding or argument or something, but just how fast you settle and how well you settle, that is the solution, that is the main thing, okay. That's what matters at the end of the day. How often you argue, how fast you settle it, and how well, okay, you resolve whatever issue it is. So I feel like that's also what happens with sibling rivalry. How fast you settle matters a lot, how well you settle it, and you know, all that matter. So if you're a parent in the home and you see that it's happening and you're not saying anything about it, then you're not doing a good job. You are the one that should actually interfere when those such things happen, so that they don't go to the point of having malice, keeping malice, fighting, insulting, exchanging words like, you know, name callings and all. There's something that another sister-in-law of mine used to do. She does something called the peace treaty. So the children always, she just teaches them problem solving skills a lot, so they always get to resolve. Like when there's that sibling right, she does like a meeting actually with them. She calls the whole kids, her kids have six, she calls all her kids, they sit together like a round table family meeting, even from when they were young, like in the primary school and all. It's like that quite early, so they'll all sit together, they'll talk about, okay, this is what she did, this is what she said, this is what this person said, this is what this person did, I wasn't happy about that. They talk about that, they express their views, and they like sign a peace treaty. Okay, everybody says, okay, this is not going to happen again, we're going to do this, do that, and they settle, okay, and they even get to put it in writing, they sign it and everything, and I really applaud that. I love that. So for me, just whatever works for you, to just make sure that your home is serene, okay, that you have harmony, that despite the sibling rivalry that your kids go through, that it's not something that reaches the bones, okay, because Igbos will say iwe wanne ade anaro elu eru no. Okay, I hope, yeah. So it means that the anger, literally, just means that the anger of a sibling does not reach the bones. So it means that sibling anger, sibling rivalry is not that deep. Okay, so when siblings have misunderstandings, like they may have, considering the fact that they are two different humans and individuals, they should get to settle amicably as soon and as fast and as well as they can. Okay, so that's why when I see sibling rivalry lingering, like some adults, you know, having as in a prolonged rivalry with their sibling, seriously, I get to wonder, like, there's usually something wrong. I don't believe that if, I don't know, let me not just say what I'm not too sure of, but there's something wrong somewhere. There's a loose knot somewhere, somehow. Maybe the mom is not in the picture, or if the mom were to be in the picture, maybe someone is somewhere, you know, feeding another person with negative thoughts. In fact, I don't just know, but it has to be something, because if all things being equal, why should siblings have prolonged anger issues and all that? So that's what I think. Those are my thoughts, and I came out here to share this with you. Please also share yours with me. What do you think about sibling rivalry? Did you experience it growing up? Tell me in the comment section. And now that you have kids, if you have kids, do you experience it with your kids? How do you resolve it? Please share in the comment section. I'm very sure you're going to help one or two persons, okay? And I would also love to read all about it. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, okay, to our channel. And I'll see you next week with another video. Bye.